This is Pete Moore on Halo Talks. I have the pleasure of having two hardworking entrepreneurs with me from GymWisely, which is technology and platform you're going to hear about. So, guys, welcome to Halo Talks, and let's talk about being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for having us. Good to see you again.
So we probably met about 6 to 12 months ago overall, maybe a little longer than that, right?
No, it was probably a little sooner. I think it was
probably 4 months ago. I know you guys have been hustling for so long now. I feel like it's like you're making progress, and I'm like trying to keep up. So
yeah, it is going by quick. So actually, it might have been 6 months ago. We met through a referral, I think, at first. Yeah. And then I saw you out at a meetup, and we met again there.
That's right.
And then for coffee, I think a couple months ago.
Yeah. So give us a little background just to set everyone's mind up on what you see as a frustration in the marketplace and how GymWisely is attacking that, and then we can talk about some of the the issues with like how long it takes new technologies and new ideas to kind of become standard in any industry.
Sure, absolutely. So the way that GymWisely was created in the first place was through my own frustration as somebody that is a commuter, right? So I wanted to have for myself an open gym on one end of the train at a really nice gym, and then I wanted to have a nice experience on the other end of the train too if I want to work out by work. And there was really no kind of way to do that other than having two pretty expensive memberships. Mm-hmm. So then I started crunching some numbers to try to figure out, is there any way for this to make sense for the industry, for people that are membership-based gyms or studios to be able to offer this to people? And then I thought, I came up with something, and I started hitting the ground and talking to gyms and talking to executives and talking to all these different owners. And they gave me all of their complaints, some of which that I didn't see coming. So there was a big pivot there. And so I realized that I needed to do a number of different things to make it work. Number one is nobody wants to lower their unlimited membership price. Just not going to happen. It's not a good model for them. They don't like to group their plans into kind of a bulk membership for one price. And so what I did was just say, okay, so you like selling your plans, you like creating opportunities to drive revenue and bring people in through the door, but it's really about who you market that to. So what we did was we came up and said, we're going to create partial memberships, recurring memberships that offer limited visits. But the key is we're only going to offer them to people that make sense. So number one, your gym members that are already paying for something that is more expensive, we're not going to offer them a discount. They're not going to be able to see it. But what we are going to do is the people that you've already lost, that have chosen an unlimited membership elsewhere, we're going to say, all right, how about a partial membership at Gym B over here? And it could be for a commuter. It could be 2 open gym passes. It could be a mix between a yoga and an open gym or Pilates, whatever it is that they like to do, martial arts. But it's all membership based. It's not class based.
So are they giving you a direct login to their account? Or are they distributing to you back? Like, here's all the members that have dropped off, and I want to, you guys try and figure out if you can bring them back. How's that work?
Yeah, so it's great for retention as well. So if somebody wants to leave, let's say they use something that's out there now, they pop into another gym, they decide they want to leave, you pretty much, you don't hear from that guy again. They just disappear. Sure. And that's basically it. What we do at that point is we identify where they went. We see if it makes sense to offer that person.
How do you identify where they went?
Because we have, we either tie into their API or we have Excel files within our network of current members. And so, if somebody pops up and they're in our network, so this is a completely network-based tight system. So all of our networks, if somebody moves from one gym to another, we know, kind of where they're going and how much they're spending on that partnership or that new client membership. And we can turn around and say, look, these guys just went over to Gym B, they're paying this amount. We'd like to offer them something to stay at your club on a limited basis. And then if you want to work to go ahead and get them back as a full-time member, maybe they don't like the other gym, it's a way to be able to do that.
So you're tapping into a network where, let's say there's like 10 clubs in Long Island, as an example. So you're looking at all those 10 clubs, you're looking at their data collectively and then trying to basically help each one of those clubs generate additional revenue from members that they may have lost, or maybe they can upgrade to additional usage?
Yeah, so that's one use case scenario. The other is, you know, we've got, let's say that we have those 10 gyms, and we know where people have their unlimited plan. We can offer the members of all of those gyms a membership at each other's gym at a partial level. And the way it works from the member side is, so a member actually has to purchase an unlimited plan from us or verify their current unlimited membership. Okay. Only after they verify that they have that unlimited plan do they get taken to a screen where they're allowed to see their eligible partial plans. So before we know exactly where they're at, they don't get to have access to it. So right. It's kind of a privileged, it's a privileged membership for people that already have one, would like to have another one, but are not going to pay another full membership.
Right. So the pre-qualification process where they unlock the ability to choose these partial plans.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how did you guys get together? What was the background on you guys helping?
I blew them off a few times. I played hard to get.
Did you? That's usually the best way to do anything, isn't it?
Yeah, because when I was 21 years old, I started building my business plan. I wanted to open up a fitness center where, kind of filled the gap between a lot of functional fitness and a lot of, traditional gym amenities and equipment. And kind of fill that void because I enjoyed functional fitness, I enjoyed CrossFit, all the high intensity training, but I also wanted the gym amenities and equipment from having open gym access or a nice luxury gym. So I built a 14,000 square foot facility after I raised capital.
Where was that?
In Cedar Knolls, New Jersey.
Okay.
And right outside of Morristown. More people know what Morristown is, right? And so I went through the grind, and I grew that business. I tried to explore every single possible way to generate leads and build pipelines and bring new faces into the building. So I used every platform you could imagine. I saw the pros and cons from using those. And then after 3 or 4 years, I was looking to open up a few more locations. That's when Rick reached out to me on LinkedIn, shot me a message. He said, wow. Hey, this is an idea I had. We are going to use this pre-qualification, process to kind of, solve the problems that we're seeing in this industry, where you can still generate additional members, attract new people, but you're going to be able to preserve the value of your memberships, and you're not going to distract your current members or distract your entire audience. And I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. This sounds too good to be true. And eventually, I reached back out to him a couple months later. I'm like, hey, how's that coming along? And he said, it's doing well. Let's have some coffee. And we met for coffee, and the rest is history. And now we're out there meeting with gym owners, studio owners, and I'm sharing my struggles, and I know how it is to grow a business. And then that's when I realized, what, this is going to be a way for me to help millions of people customize the routine, explore, and experience so many different clubs. Because reality is, what I experienced, because I was there, I met every single member, shook their hands, knew their names, and people would cancel. And I get it. They'd come to me like, Brian,
sure.
There's a gym closer to my house. I love coming here, but I'm gonna, I only have so much disposable income. Let's be real. There's only a certain amount of money that people are putting aside for their gym memberships, unfortunately, and you get what you pay for, and you have to make that decision. So I'm seeing that people are leaving, and there could have been a way that I could have kept some revenue from them,
right?
Or attract people who always wanted to come, but they have a better, unlimited membership closer to their house or closer to their girlfriend's house or whatever it is. Everyone has their own reasons. And so I'm seeing all these issues and realized, as I looked into this platform, what Rick built out, I was impressed and got involved. I said, what, this is the direction I want to go in. I want to help, the industry, really.
So what you're really trying to do is you're trying to maximize the number of visits that people can make to a gym at their convenience. You want to make it economical for them to expand the amount of time that they can devote to a club because it's more convenient. And from a business owner standpoint, you want to basically say to them, look, this is incremental revenue. You got to kind of think about this differently. And how much can I get almost like on a per visit basis? Like if you're an Orange Theory franchisee, as an example, you want to try and get $19 or more per check-in.
Right.
It's kind of like the key to the business model. We've looked at other models where, people are, if it's not a class, you want to get at least like $5 to $10 if you're like an open gym. So how is the industry kind of, I used to sell software in the industry and I was like a crazy like evangelist, and they're like, well, I don't want to put in a DSL line. Like that's too much. Like let's do it. Just do everything on AOL. So like how has the adoption been? How's like the deer in the headlights? How are you guys like kind of going through and saying, look, you're in the retail business, like get what you can from people, and like trust me, it's not going to like destroy your core base of business.
Yeah, so I think the main answer there is we give the owners complete control. So we make a lot of recommendations based on our analytics and what competitors in the market are doing as far as pricing the internet, their own plans. So they dictate what revenue they get. We put a margin on top of that we think is fair to be able to sell the services. And, they control the terms, they control what kind of plans they're selling. They can unpublish and publish plans as they wish. And then, the other thing is some people get it right away. And some people need a little bit more understanding of kind of how to do it. But to get to your point on, drop-ins versus memberships. So we have two kind of ways that we try to value that. So from a membership perspective, let's say you get a 5-visit per month membership. They expire after 30 days as a normal membership would, and then they kind of restart. So it's not a per visit. So what you want to do is you want to take a look at, well, on my unlimited memberships, how often are people coming, right? And then how often do we expect them to come, on a 5-month or a 5-visit per month membership that resets? You're not selling 5 visits because nobody's going to use all 5. Right? Like nobody uses all 30 of their allotted days on an unlimited membership. And they already have, in order to have your partial membership, they already have to have a 30-day a month membership somewhere else, right? So they're spending whatever time they had there, and then they're spending some time at yours. So on average, you're probably looking at maybe 50% usage of whatever that membership is. So somewhere, so we recommend that the pricing be somewhere between there. If people want to keep it higher to start until they see where those numbers kind of fall out for their own location, we're cool with that. We really want to make it as easy as possible, on their side to find out what the best revenue model is, because I don't think that people have really nailed that down yet to figure out, what's the best method to get people in, to keep people there. I think we're getting close to it. I think we're bringing us a lot closer to it. And I think, once we're able to kind of prove that out a little bit more, it'll become more apparent.
And then who actually charges the client or the member? Is that going through
our platform handles
your
everything.
Platform, and then they're getting their percentage of that?
So 2 things on that. Number one, for the smaller places, they want us to handle it because they just don't have the infrastructure to be able to kind of handle it. They'd rather just get a check every month.
Right.
The bigger places that we're talking to, the bigger national chains, they want the cash flow to come through them. And so we're building that in for them. From our business model, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever is more convenient to you, that's going to drive the revenue. We'll make that happen, and it's not to us. It's pretty simple to develop it either way.
Yeah, as long as we're bringing in new faces that you didn't have access to previously, right? And just from an owner's perspective, because I owned a gym, I was growing it, I was always skeptical. I was skeptical of any service or any tool, up front. And, my worry was always, first of all, my current member base. That's my baby. Don't mess with that.
Right,
and I get worried.
Sure.
And again, through our pre-qualification process, there's no possible way that the members of your facility, your club, can access partial memberships at your club. Again, you have to go through that step. So you're not distracting your current members at all. And you're attacking a new market. These partial plans are not available to your entire audience that you're targeting. It's only people who have been pre-qualified with a primary membership somewhere else that then we can target, incentivize them and say, now come add this club to your routine and maximize as many visits you can at this club. That's more convenient for your travel, your commute, whatever it may be, your interests, your styles of training, and it will be more affordable for them. It'll be more customizable. It's all on one platform. They can manage all that, so their satisfaction levels go up. It builds retention within the clubs, and everyone's happy. It's an actual win-win. That's why I got involved in the beginning.
So as a health club owner and operator, and then also the people that you're talking to, that you're trying to sell the service to,
right? What's
the dollar amount per month that you think you need to generate as incremental revenue to get their attention? Not $20 or what's the size of the check where wow, okay. I get it, and you guys are doing a good job, and use me as a reference if you need to, or
right.
What's the tipping point so people understand that?
Well, I'd say it depends on the size of the studio or the gym, right? On a studio level, if I'm seeing, I know with some studios I've consulted with and my gym that I've built, if I'm seeing anywhere from $500 to $2,000, in revenue that's coming in each month. Mm-hmm. Right there, and I know that this revenue is coming from members that I was really failing to, attract previously. They're new faces, new members. They're being pre-qualified. It's not like I distracted them from my unlimited membership because, again, they went through and they only got this partial membership because they came on and they, showed us what their routine is. They said, I have a primary membership somewhere else, but I really want to come to your facility as often as possible. Mm-hmm. And now you're tapping into that additional revenue. So that's the real question. Once I realized that there's layers of protection here with this platform, the real question is, do I have room for new members?
Right. Is this a deal that comes to this core primary member at a club? Does it come from GymWisely, or does it come from another club that they know of? How's that?
So our platform, a user will come on. First step is validate your primary membership. Once you do that, it unlocks your ability to purchase partial memberships, customize as many visits as you wanted at whatever other studios to build your routine.
Okay.
So everything's going to be built out on our platform. It's a one-stop shop to manage your your fitness routine, and then you're going to through most of the processes, the users will pay for with one credit card, one payment for their membership that gives them access to all the clubs that they, chose. Mm-hmm. And then we pass along that revenue to our partners.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so they get paid on a monthly basis. You guys take a percentage as a, transaction fee?
Right, revenue share. And that's a point right there is I look at it as, do I want to spend a lot of money on marketing and advertising and cross my fingers and hope that I attract the people that I couldn't attract before, and I convince someone to, come over here and buy my membership on top of their other membership? Or do I want to get them in the building, offer them something that works for them, mm-hmm. and the cost to me is a revenue share of found business rather than me put, an outlay of cash every month, having high overhead advertising and marketing, and hope that I bring in new members rather than a revenue share of found business, found members. And now they're in my door, and now I have the opportunity to upsell them to additional visits, more visits, incentivize them, and you can do whatever you need from there to upsell them. But at the end of the day, someone's gonna build their routine, customize their membership the way they want. And we just need to capitalize as on that and try to attract people to come to, say, my studio or whatever studio as often as they possibly can that works for them.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good point, though, too, is, the members that we're supplying are active members. So you're not going to buy a second membership if you're somebody that's not interested in using your first membership. Right. So these aren't going to be typically people that will kind of sit on the sidelines. They're going to be active members of that gym or studio, which means they're probably going to be more interested in your other ancillary products as well. Right. If you want to sell them a training class, if you want to sell them, on some other service that you have in there, feel free to go ahead and do that. And just by the fact already that they're choosing 2 memberships, and these guys are serious about their health, they're serious mm-hmm. about fitness, and they're serious about trying new things. So these are the kind of people that you want in the door. They're not going to be in and out. They're going to be people that have tried a lot of things and said, okay, these are the clubs that I like. I like these 2 or 3 places. These are the ones that I'm going to be visiting routinely. And, that's where I'm going to show up, and that's where I'm going to spend my money.
Yeah. Is there any other industry that does something similar to this? I'm just thinking out loud if there's any.
It's from a membership perspective.
Yeah, like kind of like an ancillary.
Country clubs?
I guess like a travel pass, or like you can go to like other country clubs.
Yeah, I
play
heard
golf
something
at other ones.
In that industry where country clubs are realizing that, a lot of the younger generations want to access more than just one place, and
they're an interesting side that we were actually looking to kind of incorporate on our platform. But as far as splitting up partial memberships and doing pre-qualification, I don't know of any other membership-based platform that does that. And actually, when I went looking for the patent, I didn't see anything out there that had anything like that. So the use is actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of tools out there, a lot of platforms you use that, I've used everything trying to grow my business, and all of them will offer that alternative or that discount or that deal to the entire market, the entire business. I actually had unlimited members. My top, priority membership, people cancel and then go on to other platforms. And since I was a partner of them, they then came to my facility. So that's a perfect example of me losing a good quality member, high margin member to a platform because of the distraction. And if there was a pre-qualification aspect, that kind of was the first step, then I wouldn't have lost that. So that's why that's what really intrigued me.
So what's your how many clubs are you guys in? What markets are you focused on now, and how do people get in touch with you?
So people can get in touch with us pretty easily. Just go to GymWisely.com. All of our contact information is there. There's plenty of contact forms. You can actually sign up within 3 or 4 days. You'll be able to sign up as a member. We've got 20 partners that we're going live with. We've got about 50 that we're ready to onboard.
Okay.
We don't want to onboard too many too fast. We want to scale. We want to go ahead and prove that this thing works. Get the money to be able to market appropriately as we bring people on. So we don't want to bring on a million locations and fail to execute on driving them, the members that they need for this to make sense.
So what's a geographic region that you guys are starting in?
New York, so Manhattan, New Jersey, and Westchester. So it's pretty much everything,
Jersey City.
everything within commuting distance of New York.
Got it.
And so we've got good pockets of sectors right now in Westchester, Manhattan, and northern New Jersey that we're really going to focus on. But we've got a lot more added in. We've got a lot of private places, both on the gym side and in regional places, on the boutique side as well. And we're in conversations with just about every national chain at some level of talks at this point. And that's why,
It's just funny, going through the process of meeting owners of studios and starting the conversation. It's always, a little hesitation up front.
Sure.
Because I was the same way. I turned down everything, I was always skeptical, but, I ended up doing what I need to do to grow the business. And the partnerships we built have been great, and we like to have fun with it. We really get involved. We're really close with our partners. Like I said, we don't want to grow too fast. We want to drive, traffic. We hold events. Our marketing budget is our partner's marketing budget. You know what I mean? So, what we do for marketing and events and driving traffic, it's only to benefit our partners because, it's a win-win. If we're only going to succeed if we help our partners succeed and grow. And again, further than that, increase your margins, not just bring revenue.
Sure.
It ends up being about the margins. And that's where all the controls with the platform and what our partners can do and how we work closely with them. And, again, the layers of protection, that's what it comes down to.
And I think the flexibility comes into it as well. So what's right for, one GymWisely partner might not be the exact way we approach another GymWisely partner.
Right.
Because there is that flexibility. We can take a look at the platform. We can take a look at the market. We can take a look at what you're doing right now and what that particular location is doing. And we can craft completely around that and make recommendations. You can say yes or no as an owner, but we'll say look,
nothing worse than trying to reach out to your partner, as a gym owner and never hearing from them or taking weeks to hear back from them to either change something on the platform. That's the worst. So we are dedicated to having a good relationship and, providing the best customer service to our partners.
Yeah. Well, look, I think after you get these, test of these
Right.
first 20 and start to be able to say, hey, look, here's, you got X $1,000 of additional
Right.
revenue that's coming in, it'll take you 6 to 12 months to make sure people see the results. And then, they'll probably just start saying, okay, give me more.
Yeah.
Give me
That's
more
what we're looking forward
traffic.
to.
So it's all about the traffic, right? So
Right.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Well, congrats on where you're at right now. It's not easy to run this type of business, and
Thank you.
it takes a lot of fortitude and patience, to build something of
Oh, yeah.
value. So
It's a lot of fun though.
yeah. These are two guys here that are hustling every day, like hitting the clubs on walk-ins. So
Oh, yeah.
sometimes
We
people
want to
talk
be-
about like what's your SEO and how you getting your clients. They're like, well, I just walk up there, man. I just ask for someone who
We're
knows how
meeting
to
with some partners in an hour
Make a
right after
decision.
this to go say hi and,
Yeah.
and talk to them. So
When are you available for a meeting? Whenever I walk up to your desk and I wait for you to be there.
exactly.
All right, cool. All right, guys, good luck. Keep us posted on the progress.
All right,
a lot.
absolutely.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Yep.